Hey guys, this is was requested from the uso Paulo 6222. Shout out to you, Paulo. Sorry, it's been a delay on the process of this video, but we're here now. It was requested like he was wanted to know how did we met and how did I messed up my foot. So I'm gonna let the wifey here give you guys some insight of our story, how we met, and yeah, enjoy, guys.
Hi guys, for those who do not know, my name is Kinaisha. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. I literally lived there my whole life. While I was in Puerto Rico, I was studying to get my bachelor's in biology. One of my friends, my best friend Yaile, she found out about this job, this summer job in Alaska. A friend of hers went over there some time ago, and they found out it was okay, good money for college students. So she asked me if I was interested, and I was definitely up for it. So I was just wanted to experience something different, more even than the money, just to see a new place, get out of the island. So we went through the whole application process, and we got hired by the company Peter Pan Seafoods, RIP, if you know, you know. And went over there. Our first year was 2017, and we got hired as processors. And we were not prepared for anything that was about to be in store for us. We definitely did not had enough clothes. We didn't really know what to expect going into it, but it was definitely one of the best experiences of our lives. While we were over there, I saw this Samoan dude. Mind you, I've never met a Samoan. I didn't know where Samoa was at. So I was like, wait a minute. Who are these people? So we met, well, in passing. And maybe a couple years later, we started dating. Mm-hmm. And we did long distance because I was still living in Puerto Rico. By that time, I was done with my bachelor's in biology, and I started medical technology. So I could not leave the island because, education comes first. So in between there, I kept going back to, in the summers in Alaska, and, during the rest of the year I was studying. During that time, on my study time, he would come down to the island and visit. He ended up meeting my whole family, got together. He got to eat some good Puerto Rican food. Let me tell you something. This guy wanted to eat Puerto Rican food at the wrong time. It was like 10 p.m. and we were like hunting for mofongo. Like... I'm like, "Do you sure you don't want no McDonald's?" I was like, "No, I want Puerto Rican food." So it was an adventure for sure. So fast forward to 2021, I was mid-program of medical technology, and in February 2021, we got engaged at the beach. It was beautiful. It was just the two of us, and I knew that I did not want to live in Puerto Rico for the rest of my life. So it was more a question of where. So we decided, hey, maybe Washington is where it's at. Mm-hmm. So we got a wedding planner that love her. Thank you, Stephanie. We got married in October 2021. By then, I was done with my studying. I already had my license and got married in Carolina, in Puerto Rico, in a hotel. It was the most gorgeous wedding ever. It was literally the best day of my life. And shortly after, we packed everything we had in the island, all of our 2-3 suitcases. Mm-hmm. And we came over to Washington, and we decided that we were going to live in Tacoma for the meantime until I could find a job. I was blessed enough to find a job rather quickly. I was hired by LabCorp in a hospital here in Seattle. So very blessed in that sense. So we decided then that I looked for a job specifically in Seattle because we wanted to move out of Tacoma for sure. It was just something that we wanted to experience, both of us. We wanted to be in the city. Also, at the time, the warehouse was in Ballard, so it was close for him to his work. It was close for me to my work. It just made sense. So we found an apartment in Lake Union, and we just been in Lake Union ever since. That was 2022, January, when we moved to Lake Union. At that point, I decided that I would no longer we decided that I would no longer go back to Peter Pan processing because, I had a stable job that had benefits. It just didn't make sense for me to go for a lower paying job. So I stayed back for the summers while this guy went over there to make some money. So we did that for a couple more years up until September of 2023. Around that time, he was really excited. It was a goal of him. Well, I'll let you get into it. Tell him about rugby, baby.
I used to play growing up in Samoa. Then I moved up here. I haven't played for a long time. So I finally hooked up with the Seattle Rugby Club. Got the opportunity to run with them, and so comes September 2023, her birthday was our first game in Oregon, Portland, Oregon. So we make it as a weekend getaway. So after the game, I felt something like on top of my foot. So it wasn't bad. I can still limp around and stuff. And then comes Monday the following week. I went to practice and, they take me up. Everything feels good. I run like crazy. Comes Wednesday, it hurts a bit. And then Thursday again is another practice session. And it just keep going on. My foot was hurting, but I was still running on it and things like that. So from there on, I keep going to physical therapy. But, my wife at the time already encouraged me to stay off of it. But, at the time I was lifting pretty heavy at the gym. We've been working out forever. Deadlift close to 600 pounds with a messed up foot. And so fast forward to all that, 6 months into it, I couldn't play anymore. But it would hurts. But I would still not stay off of it. I would still do stupid things to, further the damage. So we decided some things happened along the way. We're going to get into that later on in another time. Some things happened during that time. I was not in a stable mindset. So we decided to move to Florida. We moved to Florida at that time. I'm already 6 months into the injury. I never went to see the right person. I just kept going to the physical therapy, going to gym, thinking that was going to help.
We moved to Florida in December 2023.
Then we moved down there, and I flew back because I was working at the warehouse still, and there was a room there I could stay at. The night I flew, man, I got off the plane. It was terrible. Like, my foot was swelling and all this. So as time go by, she was down there. At that time, we were 5 days after 2 months that she was down there. We were 5 days away from signing a house. Thank you. Before I get any further, to Kelsey and Alex Hernandez, her cousins that let us stay there, man. I appreciate you guys a lot, man. And shout out to Brandon. Yeah. Her cousin is a realtor that was hooking us up with the house. And then I talked to her. I was like, man, you got to make up a decision, because I can tell she was not happy down there by the way she sounded on the phone. And then she said that she thinks that she made a big mistake, which it was both of us, to move down there. she realized that Washington is the best place for us to be. So I told her, you got to make a decision right now before we sign that house, because once we sign it, we'll be stuck down there, or with that house. So, and then we went ahead and told Brandon, and everything went on, and Brandon worked on, and we got our deposit back. That was a blessing. So I flew back down to Florida and packed up all our stuff and drove right back up to Washington, and then we settled at the warehouse. And luckily enough that I went to the apartment, the same one that we live at, and we happened to get the apartment right away within 2 days.
They really worked with us.
Yep, and that was a blessing too. And then from there on, then we're here. So and then after we moved here, we finally went to see the doctor. I finally listened to my wife, because at the time it was getting bad. Like I couldn't walk on my foot. So we did an X-ray. Come back that the bone or the joint on my ankle to my femur, right, are not aligned. So we ordered the MRI, and that came back, and there was all kinds of crazy stuff happening there, guys. The bones were touching each other,
Broken cartilage.
and then we find out then it was torn ligaments, and there was broken cartilage. So yeah, and at the time we didn't know that, because she already had her job back. That was another big blessing.
Yeah.
So at the time we didn't know she had insurance, so we could have done the surgery right away, but we didn't know until later on. So I went back to Alaska with the boots, with the broken cartilage, and
Because the doctor, he was like, there's a chance that it might heal. Not heal, but you'll stop feeling pain. But there's a chance that the pain is not going to go away unless you do surgery. So the whole time, the game plan was for him to get to a point where he could go back to Alaska. I don't think there was ever a question in your mind about not going.
yeah.
Like, you were pretty set on that. So the doctor was trying to, like, do everything we could to get you to a point where you were able to work throughout the summer.
So I went back, and I think 2 months I was up there, and then I was hopping around. So this foot was bad, and I was using this foot a lot up there, the right one. I was hopping around. I had crutches to kind of help me to get around up at work, and so 2 months passed. I felt something like it's something I don't know if you guys ever felt on your foot that it's something. It's just like you feel like it's about to pull. That's exactly what happened here, and it finally did. Like I felt a pop, and the following day I had to fly down on my nephew's graduation. That was the whole purpose why I came down. Long story short, my foot was swelling, and I didn't make it to the graduation because I couldn't walk on. It was bad. There's no way. So, and then we went back to Hanson, right?
Yeah, I booked an appointment right away because he was just, like, in pain, like, throughout the night, like, pretty much screaming in pain.
Yeah.
So we booked an appointment, went to see the doctor, and that's when the doctor advised him not to go back to work, and he advised us to go through with surgery.
Then it was the first time I ever went through that pain. It was just so bad. Like I even doubted my faith and all that. Like I even asked, like yelled at God, like why? Like I done nothing but trying to be a good person. But yeah, it's and then we went on with the surgery. So we did a surgery. I went on a non-weight bearing for a month. Then we slowly went into it to kind of work the ankle. So this is fast forward. This is getting better, and then this foot here is the one that didn't have a surgery on it is still in the process is trying to get better. So we went and see the doctor with the good one. Same thing. We did an X-ray. Everything looks good on the X-ray. So we ordered MRI, and MRI came back that I got a torn ligament in the right one. So, and the bone, all my bones on my foot, because my whole foot was in pain. All the bones, they were all like, what do you call that word?
Swollen.
Like they were all swollen. It was a term that they use. So then here I am. Like I can't. I'm back on the weight bearing again. So on non-weight bearing again. Sorry. But yeah, it's been a a year and 6 months now that I've been going through this. It's really difficult. I've learned a lot from this. I'm still learning. So yeah, moral of the story, man. If you're injured, just let your body rest and let your body do its thing to heal, man. That was one of the uneducated thing I ever done in my life. Is to abuse my body in a way that it led me to this long, very very long recovery journey. So
I would say that throughout this whole experience, for me, it's I've been able to see how faithful God has been with us. The fact that I was able to get the same job back that I had, and it's been we've been struggling economically, but so far we've been able to pay rent and pay our bills, and He definitely has been a provider for us throughout this time of need, and He continues to show up for us. So in that sense, I'm super grateful for that.
yep, yep. So for y'all hard heads out there, man, listen to your wife. Don't be like this guy. But yeah, man. That's how we met, and that's how I busted my foot. And yeah, if you guys want to know more about our life, we're happy to tell it all. Like I say, I'm here to share my life. I'm not gonna hold back anything. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's been a journey. It's been really painful journey. Now we're towards the end of it. I hope I'm just got 2 more weeks, and then we're gonna start putting a little bit of weight on my foot. Slowly by slowly, and then we'll go on from there. So, if you have good legs, train them, make them stronger, guys. So if you can run, run. If you can walk, walk. Because I haven't been able to do that in a year, almost 2 years.
Don't take anything for granted.
Yes.
Motto of the story.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was trying to say. But it sucks because like for somebody that's been active, that's really active, to be put in this position, it tests my faith in so many ways, guys. So many ways. My wife obviously been through the most, but I'm just grateful to have somebody like this that can stand by me during hardships, and she still is, man. Like she's tougher and stronger than I ever thought. Like she's a lot tougher than I am. That's one of the biggest thing I've learned on this whole journey. Like I say, glory to God. You got anything else to say?
Thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions for us, please drop it in the comments. Maybe we can put together another Q&A video and answer your questions to the best of our abilities. And may God bless you, and we thank you for watching again. Bye.
Yeah. But quick notes before we take
Oh my
off.
God, baby.
If you